All right, let's jump right in. We tend to think of research as this super complicated thing, something reserved for scientists or academics. But what if I told you that you're already a researcher? Seriously. Today, we're going to open up the Researcher's Toolkit and show you the powerful ideas and methods that can help you answer pretty much any question you can think of.
Be honest. When I say the word research, what's the first thing that pops into your head? I'm betting it's something like a scientist in a white lab coat staring at bubbling beakers, right? Or maybe a historian buried under a mountain of dusty old books. And yeah, that's part of it. But those images are just a tiny sliver of the real picture.
Because the reality is, research is something we all do, all the time. Think about it. Figuring out the best route to work to dodge traffic? That's research. Comparing a dozen different TVs before you buy one? Yep, that's research too. You're constantly gathering info to make better decisions. So let's blow up that old definition and talk about what it really means.
Okay, so first things first, we got to get on the same page. Let's strip away all those stereotypes and get right to the heart of what research actually is.
See? Look at that. What I love about this is how simple it is. A careful and disciplined search. That's it. It's not some scary, mysterious process. At its core, research is just being curious, but with a plan. It's about systematically trying to find things out, whether you're adding to humanities knowledge or just your own.
All right, so you've got a burning question. The very first tool you're going to pull out of your toolkit is all about your goal. What's the point of your search? Are you trying to discover some fundamental truth just for the sake of knowing, or are you trying to actually do something in the real world?
And boom, here they are, the two main roads you can go down. Pure research is that classic knowledge for knowledge's sake stuff. It's driven by that simple, powerful question, is this true? But applied research, that's all about making a difference right now. It's about taking what we know and asking the really practical question, okay, but does it work?
Now, the kind of problem you're tackling usually tells you which path to take. Some problems are, well, tame. They're neat and tidy, like a math problem. There's one right answer, and you're done. But let's be real. Most of the interesting, important problems in the world aren't like that at all.
That's where you get wicked problems. And yet, they are wicked. They're messy, they're tangled. Think about something huge like tackling climate change or fixing a city's traffic. The problem itself is hard to pin down, the goalposts are always moving, and there's no single magic bullet solution. This is where applied research really gets to flex its muscles.
Okay, tool number one is sorted. You know if you're chasing truth or action. Now it's time to grab the next tool from the kit, and this one is all about the evidence. How are you going to prove your point? Are you a numbers person or a stories person?
So this is that classic showdown, quantitative versus qualitative. Think of quantitative as the what. It's all about hard data, numbers, charts, things you can measure. You have a theory and you test it. Qualitative, on the other hand, is the why. It's about digging deep into experiences, feelings, and stories to really understand what's going on.
But here's the secret sauce. They're not enemies. You don't have to pick a side. Actually, the best, most powerful research uses both. It's a technique called triangulation. So the numbers from your survey might tell you that 70% of people are unhappy. But it's the qualitative interviews that will tell you why. They work together to give you the whole story.
All right, so you know your goal, you know what kind of evidence you're looking for. Now you need a game plan, a recipe, if you will. There are tons of them out there, but let's just touch on 3 of the big ones. First up, the survey. We've all taken one, right? It's your classic numbers tool. You ask a whole bunch of people the same questions, and you get a fantastic big picture view of what's happening. The catch? It's wide, but not always deep. You get the what, but maybe not the juicy why.
Then you've got the total opposite, the case study. Here, you're not going wide, you're going deep, like super deep. You pick one thing, one person, one event, one company, and you learn everything about it. The detail you get is incredible. The downside, what's true for that one case might not be true for everyone else. It's all about depth over breadth.
And number 3, the experiment. This is the gold standard for proving cause and effect. The whole idea is to control everything, change just one tiny variable, and see what happens. It's the absolute best way to say, yep, A definitely causes B. The only tricky part is that the real world isn't a neat and tidy lab, so what works in the experiment doesn't always work out in the wild. Okay, you've got your goal, your evidence, your recipe, you're basically ready to cook. But where do you even start? What's step 1?
Having a solid checklist is a game changer, especially when you start looking at what other people have already figured out.
And here is a great little tool for that, the acronym DATA. It's super simple. D is for definitions. Make sure you're crystal clear on what your words mean. A is for assumptions. What are you just taking for granted? Be honest about it. T is for theories. Don't reinvent the wheel. See what's already out there. And the last A is for analyses. Have a plan for what you're going to do with all the info once you have it.
And speaking of looking at what's already out there, here is the golden rule, the most important rule of all. Give credit where it's due. Using someone else's idea without crediting them is plagiarism. It's basically stealing. So citing your sources isn't just a chore, it's about showing respect for the community you're a part of.
And that's the grand tour. We've peeked inside the researcher's toolkit, and I hope you can see it's not some locked box only geniuses can open. It's really just a series of smart choices and clear steps that, honestly, anyone can use.
So let's do a quick inventory of your new toolkit. You've got your goal. Are you chasing truth or action? You've got your evidence. Will it be numbers or narratives? You've got your recipe book, surveys, case studies, experiments, and a whole lot more. And you've got your starting orders, the data checklist.
You've got everything you need. The only thing missing now is your question. I mean, the world is just overflowing with amazing puzzles and important problems that need solving. So now that you have the tools, what question are you going to answer?